All right, welcome back, guys. This is Chris Johnson from Anomalous Comics. We're going to talk about their new horror anthology book called Send in the Clowns, which you may garner from the title is about clowns. How are you today, Chris?
I'm all right, Gabe. I'm all right.
Right on. Chris, to get started, why don't you just tell us a little bit about just like the genesis of this project, like how it got off the ground and its superhero origin story, if you will.
All right. Well, basically the origin story behind it's a book that shouldn't have been made. It was an old Borderline Press idea that they were going to do sometime early in the year, like January or something like that of this year. And I wrote a few scripts. I got some artists together to work on it. And then they scrapped the book because there was no interest. So I was like, damn, I did all this work and I hate throwing work away. So I just was like, well, you know what? I'm not going to throw all my scripts away. Let's just do this book anyway. And so it kind of just turned into, it just kind of snowballed from there into what it is now. It's like this 86-page monster of macabre book. It's creepy. It's just ridiculous. And all my friends just worked on it. Over 80 artists worked on it. Different pencilers, different inkers, different colorists. Me and another letterer friend. That's pretty much how it started, from like the ashes of an old Borderline Press book.
Nice. Just, because I'm not the biggest fan of clowns. Why clowns, man?
Well, I don't really know. I just kind of wanted to do something different, like a niche, Everybody does superheroes. Everybody does, I just wanted to do something different. So it just seemed kind of like the perfect thing. It's our first book from my company, Anomalous Comics, that not the first book we've worked on, but it's the first book that we're actually going to be releasing.
Okay.
So I don't know. Everybody just kind of pitched in, and we had all these awesome scripts, and it just kind of worked out that way. You know what I mean?
No, I hate clowns. I don't know what you mean.
I don't know what you mean at all.
Oh no, that makes a ton of sense, man. Like with this seems like a huge project. I mean, a lot of people working on the book and stuff. I've put together like some, fiction anthologies and stuff like that. And I know that working with, even like 10 people is kind of like herding a bunch of cats. Like, how's it been working with that many artists, man?
I can't lie. It's been a headache. Can I cuss on the radio? Like on your show? Can I cuss?
Yeah, you can cuss.
It's been a goddamn fucking headache, man. But I'll tell you what, it's been such a valuable learning experience, this whole thing. I learned that I can actually edit a fucking book, man. I can actually do it, and I learned a lot about my artist friends. I learned their strengths and their weaknesses. We've got a ton of work now going forward. That's not fan related, by the way.
Right.
And I don't know, man. It's kind of one of those things where I'm glad we did it, but I don't think I want to do it again anytime soon.
Right. I mean, it's a huge book. Like, an 86-page comic anthology. That's huge, man. Is there a reason that, you didn't decide to like do them as single issues, or like is Anomalous going to focus more on doing kind of like trade size stuff or like anthology stuff? Is there some reason you didn't, decide to break this up into parts so that it was less of a, as you would say, goddamn fucking headache?
Yeah. Well, it's funny, man, because all the guys, like, we were having trouble, like, financially and stuff like that, because I put like $3,000 into this book already, like paying for, like, the reason there's so many people on it, like 80 people, that's a lot, But the reason there's so many is because we got a bunch of, there's 8 different stories, 6 to 8 pages. Some of them are 10 pages long. There's a ton of just different buffer pages. There's a ton of different pinups and different interior covers. There's an interior cover for each book. And everybody was like, well, I mean, if we're having trouble, then why not just break it up into 2 parts, 2 different 40-page books, or, 3 different 30-page books, or whatever. And I was like, no, it's going to be like this massive thing, and it's going to be perfect, and so right now it's pretty perfect, and I'm still kind of adding to it, like little by little, and I'm like, no, I can't do it anymore. We're about to print, here in like a month,
Right.
But no, Anomalous, we're working on other books. They're not all going to be 86 pages. This is going to be the biggest book probably for the foreseeable future. Until our next anthology, which, God, I really don't want to do another one anytime soon.
Right.
Because it was just, it's ridiculous getting all these people on the same page and marketing it and promoting it and everything, besides just working on it. There's a whole lot of work to do. So, but no, we have other books in relation to this, like our main character, Mr. Sadface. He's in our other two of our other horror series, and everything in my universe kind of it's in the same universe, and everything just kind of is related, and there's the cause and effect, and you won't ever really know the full story unless you buy the other books, you know what I mean? So it kind of just worked out that way. But yeah, like you said, it is a goddamn fucking headache, and we're pretty much. I'm glad that we did an anthology, so I know who I want to work with on which books in the future.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's actually kind of, it's almost like a tryout, like a job interview.
Exactly.
How horrible are you to work with on this?
Kind of, yeah.
Is Mr. Sadface kind of like Anomalous Comics, Crypt Keeper, or like, Kane from House of Mystery kind of character, or is he like a character?
Oh yeah, Mr. Sadface, he's an actual character, but for this particular anthology, he is our Crypt Keeper. He's the guy, Mr. Sadface. He's like the guy who basically he introduces each story. Every few stories, he comes in and he does like a public service announcement in one of them, or he'll just do like a celebratory welcome, like. I'll send you some more stuff, some prints and stuff like that, so you can actually see the buffer pages, because they're pretty awesome.
Nice.
And basically, like, it's just this clown dude, and he's sitting in his lair, and we don't know anything about him, and he's just kind of introducing us to him and what he's all about, and basically about killing, and he's just watching TV. He's like standing in front of this wall of TVs. Like, you've seen the cover to our book, right?
Yeah.
And it's basically this big scary clown in front of like a wall of TVs, and on all the wall, on the every TV, there's a specific panel from the interior of the book. So
okay, that's
everything
cool.
That's inside the book is on the cover too, which is actually pretty cool,
That is a cool idea.
And so we get like a glimpse of what he's all about, and what, I don't know, it's really amazing. It's hard to really explain. I didn't realize how hard it was going to be to explain until I actually came on with you guys.
No, it makes a lot of sense. Like, there's, it's not like it's unprecedented to have like these big anthology trades, and I mean, there's always been books like Tales from the Crypt and House of Mystery, House of Secrets, that sort of stuff. That's that kind of idea. It's just that yours is way, themed. All of them are evil murder clowns. Yeah. So with Anomalous, what other projects are you guys, working on or looking towards in the future?
Well, we've got Thrill Killers, which Mr. Sadface is one of the main characters in that. It's basically about a group of different themed horror characters We've got the slasher, like Jason Freddy type of character called Nuts. We've got the sci-fi themed character, sci-fi horror themed character called Snuff. He's like a little alien killer. We've got the possession themed character called Abigail. She's basically like this demon possessed little girl, and all these different thrill killers come together in these different movie genre kind of styles. They each basically have to try to make people love them or fear them and that's kind of how they feed off of the public by the perception and by their fear and stuff like that. There's Thrill Killers. That's going to be our next book. There's a book called Stargazers. It's a sci-fi fantasy kind of book. And these are all 32-page one-shots. I kind of write... I kind of got started in comics a few years ago, and I just wrote like a bunch of 5-page scripts. And so... I really enjoy doing long scripts now, like the 32-page one shot, so that you get a full book, a full story. Thrill Killers is going to be 3 32-page books. Stargazers, sci-fi fantasy. It actually features my kids. I wanted to have something like, because they're really small right now, so I wanted to have like something that they could kind of be proud of. I can go to their school and be like, hey, check out my kid's book. You know what I mean?
Right.
There's Thrill Killers, Stargazers. There's Elvis the Zombie, which I'm working on a book with thehigheruniverse.com about this undead guy. He's like this pot smoking janitor dude, and he just ends up like he happens to be a zombie. It's kind of like the I don't know. It's not like your average run of the mill zombie story. He doesn't eat people unless he's attracted to them.
Like physically attracted to them?
Yeah, he doesn't eat them unless he's attracted to them. And it is what you think. It's like sexual eating, not like killing eating.
Nice.
And it's just we've got like a lot of different. I guess the unifying theme of all our books is that they're all something different and indie and not mainstream really at all, besides the quality of work that's going into the books.
Yeah, the art that you guys have on your page is, I mean, in general, a step above most indie comics that I've seen. So kudos on that, man. It's pretty cool looking stuff. It's yeah. Tell us a little bit about how it's been like doing the IndieGoGo. I know that running those is like a ton of work, and just trying to get the people to donate to that is kind of a pain in the ass sometimes. How's that going?
Man, Gabe, I tell you what, man, I've been putting some hours in. Like I told you earlier, I stayed up all night just hammering away. I've been lettering, I've been marketing, I've been emailing people. I even emailed like a ton of news outlets. It's one of those things. Like we did a pretty amazing, like, I don't know, we put a really cool looking Kickstarter together about a month and a half ago, and we made about $848, but we were trying to get $5,000, you know.
Right.
So it was, you know, it's really, really hard. It's really hard to get yourself out there and to get your work out there and your name out there. And it's hard as an indie company. Like I said, this is our first book, so people just are like, who the fuck are you? You know?
Yeah.
We don't have any credibility. We do have a quote from Tom DeFalco. You know what I mean?
Right.
So we're trying to get some credibility and trying to get people to really know that we're for real and that we're trying. I mean, I'm putting all this together like with my student loan money, basically. So it's like I do need some help, you know what I mean? But I just don't want to have to like wait, you know. So, I mean, it's been really fun, you know, learning the marketing, learning the promoting, learning how to talk to people, and going to I live in a small town called Wichita Falls, Texas. So we had like this zombie crawl We have it every year. So I went and I had a booth up there, and we made some money. Like, people loved our stuff. I printed up like a bunch of prints and some posters, some 24 by 36s, and I mean, people ate it up, you know? So I know there's a demand, and I know there's an interest. It's just getting it out there. That's the only part, is the actual exposure part, which is why, I'm so thankful that you have me on today.
Oh, right. I mean, that's, like I said, I've worked on a lot of projects, like this too. I mean, and even with our podcast, you pour time and money and whatever into it, and it takes a lot of work to like build up something independent. We're not like Marvel or DC or Lionsgate. We can't put together a project and be like, all right, let's make some TV commercials, guys.
Exactly.
We're the ones. The Instagram is me. It's me posting pictures of my stuff. So I feel you on that one, man. It's a ton of work. So speaking of the IndieGoGo, why don't you tell us where people can go to like help donate and like read more about it and stuff like that?
Okay, yeah. If you go to anomalouskomics.com/clowns, it'll take you directly to our IndieGoGo page. We've got a ton of the interior covers on. We've got a bunch of the buffer pages. I actually recently added, because it took me a while because I was doing the promoting and stuff, and people were still turning in covers. But I finally finished up all the covers, lettering them, so you get to see all the artist names and everything. I have a little snippet about each story. There's I'm actually looking on the page right now, see if I can tell you about it.
Oh no!
But yeah, there's plenty up there. You can see our cover, which is amazing. It's 3D. You can see like all these different pictures of just creepy, scary ass clowns, man. And that's pretty much it.
You don't have to add much to a clown to make them creepy, right? Like fucking clowns, man. Like
that smile and shit.
As soon as I saw what it was about, I was like, God damn it!
Why
clowns? Where can people find you, like on Twitter and Facebook and all that stuff? Because we want to get it so people know where to look for you.
Yeah, we have a website, anomalouskomics.com. We have a Facebook page. You just go search Anomalous Comics or just facebook.com/Anomalous Comics. We also have a Send in the Clowns fan page on Facebook. We've got Twitter is Anomalous Comics or The Most Throwed, because my mind is a little throwed. If you want to get in touch with me personally, it's themostthrowed@gmail.com. THROWED is how you spell throwed. There is anomalouskomics@gmail.com if you want to get in touch with us. What else? We have an Instagram, Anomalous Comics page on Instagram. Yeah, we're trying to be everywhere. I'm learning how to put together the team to where we can actually, have all these platforms and everybody can have a little piece of action. You know what I mean? Everybody can do a little bit of the work and kind of take it all off of me,
I just make Juan do everything, and I do the Instagram. And the Instagram is literally like, I'm going to read these comics today. Click. Done. Well, definitely, we love what you're doing, man, and we love supporting like the indie books and the indie, just everything. We're going to be interviewing like some people making an indie movie today too. So we're excited to talk to you guys, man. Thanks for coming on the show.
No, man, thank you. I appreciate it, and like this type of thing right here is the lifeblood of the industry. Like, more people should be supporting indie work because this is where like the big two and Image and Dark Horse and everybody, this is where like they come to listen for who's out there doing things, who's out there doing like pushing themselves, and And like companies like us, they're where like those companies, those bigger companies, they're where we're where they get their artists from, you know. And
Yeah.
so I mean, like,
And
it's very
in the very root of it, it's where they all started too. Like Image at some point was just some dude in his basement going, "Man, fuck this! I'm making my own comic book company." So, I mean,
that's
just
exactly what it is.
like just
It was. Yeah.
So right on, man. Well, thanks for coming on. Like I said, it's great chatting with you guys, and yeah, I can't wait to see what you do. We'll definitely keep our fan base up to date on like the status of your IndieGoGo and stuff like that. And hopefully you guys are successful, because though I hate clowns, I'd love to see you be successful.
Well, I appreciate it, man. And you know what? If you want, I can send you guys, email me your info, and I'll send you guys a package of some prints, and you don't have to look at them. You can just give them away to your people. Your listeners or
right on.
whatever,
Sounds good, man. Cool. Well, have a good morning.
I'm going to sleep.
Yeah, right on.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Uh-huh.